Manchester United just had their worst season in Premier League history. But today, I'm rebuilding the Red Devils using new transfers like Matheus Cunha, trying to win in the Champions League and make them the world's best team. And of course, so far, Man United have brought in 2 signings so far in real life in Diego Leon, a 72 rated left back, and of course, 83 rated center attacking made huge signing in Matheus Cunha, as they both join our side. But even with the signing of Cunha, this team is nowhere near winning the Champions League, let alone qualifying for it. So with only 7 million left now, we still need to make realistic signings in order to improve this side. But we only had enough money to make one more signing, and for 65 million due to his release clause, we are signing Viktor Gyökeres, who is 87 rated. And as Gyökeres joins the side, this team is still not good enough. We need to make plenty of signings this season. We're gonna have to sell a lot of players. But before we sell players and sign more players, I'm ready to make my debut as Man United manager, as we're keeping Amorim's style of play. And it's Manuel Ugarte on the ball, instantly gives it to Bruno Fernandes. Now we do have a great attack as Bruno gets brought down. And a couple minutes into the game, Milos Kerkez picks up a red card. This is extremely gonna benefit us. And now it's Kobbie Mainoo on the ball, gives it to Amad Diallo, who gives it to Bruno Fernandes. Through ball into Viktor Gyökeres with a finish, and then straight away it goes in. But to be honest, that red card is gonna help us so much in this game, as 5 minutes into his debut, Gyökeres scores. But here come Bournemouth with an attack of their own. It's David Brooks with a shot, and it goes in. Our defense leaking goals already. We just scored. Now it's 1-1. Bruno Fernandes on the ball, gives it to Ugarte, who gives it into Matheus Cunha, who finds Viktor Gyökeres, and it goes in. 13 minutes in, already 3 goals. We take the lead again. But here comes Bournemouth, Justin Kluivert with a shove him out to the box. Onana with a brilliant save in the second half. But here comes AFC Bournemouth. Justin Kluivert gives it into Traoré, and it's another save by Onana. But here comes AFC Bournemouth. The defense is leaking again. Kluivert with another shot. We're getting dominated here. And now it's Bruno Fernandes here on the counter-attack, looking to create another opportunity. Can he find somebody? He does find Amad Diallo. Amad Diallo cuts inside. It's still Amad. Here comes Amad through ball into Viktor Gyökeres. 1v1 with a finish, and there is your hat trick for Viktor Gyökeres. This game is over. And this game is not over. Here comes Man United on the counter-attack. Gives it to Matheus Cunha, who's through on goal, who's been awfully quiet in this game because Bruno and Gyökeres have been dominating it. It's still Matheus Cunha. Matheus Cunha gives it into Viktor Gyökeres for his 4th goal, and he gets it. Cunha gets his 1st goal contribution as a United player. The referee blows the whistle. We get our first 3 points. However, I think we got lucky. I think the red card really helped us, and I think Bournemouth still dominated us at some points. We need new signings. And I mentioned we need to sell players. Here is every single player in the transfer list who is probably going to be leaving in real life, and this will help us make more amazing transfers. And here is every single player we have sold out of Manchester United, and Antony is set to leave as well. However, we only have 2 hours left on the transfer window and have to sign some players. But thankfully, we have 179 million to make transfers that fit our system. And the first player we're bringing in for 60.5 million is 84 rated Bryan Mbeumo, who is probably gonna join Man United in real life. And up next, the replacement for Onana for 20 million plus Rasmus Højlund. We're bringing in an 85 rated Emiliano Martinez. A short-term replacement, but a very good one at that. And our second to last signing is Gonçalo Inácio from Sporting for 30 million plus Lisandro Martinez, as Lisandro is probably going to leave United for Napoli. I just made sure to get rid of him. And with our final 44 million, we are signing our last signing, a left mid. I wanted to go for Leao or Nico Williams, but we just didn't have enough money, so we have brought in Pedro Goncalves, a player that's proven to shine in this Amorim system that we're playing in. And this is what the brand new side is looking like at United. It's looking really strong. However, can they gel together? As our goal this season is to qualify for any sort of European football. And if we fail to do so, we have to go ahead and sell our 2 best players from our starting 11, and we do not want that. But it's time to test out this new team against the defending champions in Liverpool. Did I make the correct signings? Do they all fit our system? And here comes Bruno Fernandes, who we had to drop a little bit deeper to make space for Bryan Mbeumo. Great through ball from Amad Diallo into Bryan Mbeumo for his 1st goal of the season, and it goes wide. Come on, Mbeumo, you gotta do better. But here come Liverpool, a through ball into Mohamed Salah, and here he comes down the wing versus Leny Yoro. Leny Yoro's looking for the tackle, and he cannot get there. Emi Martinez cannot save it. Salah makes it 1-0. But now it's Amad Diallo, gives it to Leny Yoro. Leny Yoro into Bruno Fernandes, gives it into Amad Diallo, and here come United. We're looking for the equalizer. Bryan Mbeumo, we need your 1st goal of the season. Gives it into Viktor Gyökeres. 1v1 against Alisson, and it goes in. Gyökeres gets another goal this season. 1-1, baby. And it's a great tackle from Inacio. Gives it into Bruno Fernandes, who gives it into Bryan Mbeumo. And here come Man United looking to take a shock lead against the defending champs. Gives it to Gyökeres with a finish. Great save from Mamadashvili, man. But here come Liverpool on the attack once again. Szoboszlai gives it into Cody Gakpo. We're trying to defend here. Come on, Gonçalo Inacio with the ball back. Great block from Inacio. And here comes Dominic Szoboszlai. Gives a through ball into Mohamed Salah, who gives it into Darwin Nunez. Here come Liverpool once again. We're vulnerable in this attack. Inacio with another great block and another great tackle. And now it's Mohamed Salah down the wing looking for a second goal of the game. Gets rid of our defender with a finesse shot and it goes in. Another showcase of brilliance from Salah. Nobody is stopping that. But here come Liverpool once again in the second half. It's Darwin Nunez. We cannot concede to him. Emi Martinez gets a save here. And here comes Cody Gakpo through ball into Darwin Nunez. Darwin Nunez with a shot. And we let shit guys score against us. 3-1. I think this game is over. And here comes Bryan Mbeumo on the ball through ball into Viktor Gyökeres. Come on. Can we get a goal back? Gyökeres with a finish. Amazing striker. That's why we signed him. 65 million is a steal. One more goal to equalize. And now it's Dominic Szoboszlai. Gives it into Mohamed Salah. Into Cody Gakpo. Great save for Martinez again. But now it's Darwin Nunez. Gives it to Mohamed Salah. Looking for a hat-trick here with a shot from outside the box. Martinez keeps it out. Once again, Darwin Nunez is through. What is going on with this defense? Emi Martinez tries to come out. 4-2. It shows that we are competing with the champions, but we're not good enough to beat them. And in the last attack of the game, Cunha apparently gives away a penalty. Come on, Cunha, man. Mohamed Salah to take it. Where is he gonna go? He goes to the right-hand side. Martinez goes the right way, hits himself with the post. We lose 5-2. And you know what? As embarrassing as the scoreline is, last year it probably would have been worse with Bruno being the only man performing. I'm glad we built this team, but let's see how they do for the rest of the season. And as we're simming to the end of the season, other than winning the Champions League, I also want to go ahead and win the Premier League with United, but also have their first Ballon d'Or winner since Ronaldo back in the day. And we've reached the final day of the season, and we're sitting in 6th place, which means we've qualified for Europe. However, there is still a chance we get Champions League football if we can beat whoever we face. And Newcastle and Tottenham and even City drop points. And on the final day, we'll be facing newly promoted Leeds United. It seems like an easy game, but we are rivals, so they may step up on this case. And now it's Kobbie Mainoo on the ball, gives it to Pedro Goncalves, who's been pretty good this season. Gives it into Matheus Cunha, and Cunha with a through ball into Gyökeres. 1v1 against the Leeds keeper. Finesse around the corner. It goes in. We take a 1-0 lead. And now Leeds have a corner attack with the cross in. Gyökeres loses the header. De Ligt gives away the ball. Sturridge, and it goes out. But okay, we're gonna clear it out, man. Clear it out. Oh, what? They're giving it away the ball again. And Tanaka makes it 1-1. Horrible from De Ligt. Horrible from Ugarte there. And now it's Kobbie Mainoo, gives a through ball into Pedro Goncalves. And here come Man United, gives it into Matheus Cunha down the wing. Can we find somebody? Can we get a goal back here? Cunha gives it to Gyökeres, lays it up into Bryan Mbeumo with a finish. It's blocked. Come on, Mbeumo. And as Matheus Cunha back on the ball, through ball into Bryan Mbeumo. He has to score this time around with a finesse. And it's a horrible finesse. Come on, Mbeumo. And here come Leeds United. It's Brendan Eriksson on the ball, gives it into Hack with a finish. It hits the crossbar. How are we not winning against Leeds? And here come Leeds United. It's Hack on the ball. Here come Leeds with a shot. And it goes in. We're 2-1 down against a relegation fighting side. We're missing Bruno Fernandes, who was suspended today. No way we're still relying on him, man. But now it's Pedro Goncalves on the attack. We need a goal, and we need it now to equalize. Matheus Cunha through ball into Bryan Mbeumo. Score this time. And yes, he does. 72 minutes in. 18 minutes left to go. Pick up the ball. We need a winner here. And now it's Kobbie Mainoo, wins the ball back immediately after scoring. And now it's Viktor Gyökeres. Can we score a winning here? We need this desperately. Gyökeres gives it into Bryan Mbeumo with a finish. Let's go. Finally, Mbeumo puts on his finishing boots. 3-2, baby. The remontada's complete. And the referee blows the whistle. But the question is, did Newcastle or Tottenham or City drop points? And no, sadly, none of them drop points. As it stands, we do not have UCL football, but who knows? Maybe City or Liverpool won the Champions League. But in terms of top goal scorer, Gyökeres just missed out on the Golden Boot as Visa and Cole Palmer share it. And of course, the man who was suspended for the last game, Bruno Fernandes, is our top assister. And as Arsenal win the Premier League title, Saka is the player of the season. And the team of the season, we had Gyökeres, Bryan Mbeumo, and Matthijs de Ligt. And this is what the side is looking like. It's actually looking pretty incredible, but there's still a lot of work left to do, a lot of signings to make, as we did struggle against Leeds. And not only that, our subs and reserve list not only is weak, but very small. But here are the stats for the season. 29-3 for Gyökeres, 21-15 for Bruno Fernandes, 12-12 for Bryan Mbeumo, 11-11 for Goncalves. And Cunha kind of did let me down, 7-4 for him, while Amad gets 5-4. If you guys have enjoyed this video so far, make sure to click on the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 300K. as soon as possible. And at the start of the brand new season, here is every player we have no future plans with here at the club. And most likely this season, we're going to sign one starter and the rest are going to be backups. And as soon as we qualify for the Champions League, we will probably sign even more superstars next season if we do so. And we have pretty much sold every single player in our transfer list, giving us so much more funds to spend. And those funds are 143 million. Let's get to spending. And the first player we're bringing in is a starting center mid in Bruno Guimaraes, 86 overall for 55 million. If we ever want to win the Champions League, we need UCL level players. And up next, this may be controversial, but we are signing Miles Villar for a straight swap deal for Martinez. Yes, we only had Emiliano for one season, but we couldn't afford a younger keeper, and now we can. And I'm sure Martinez isn't too hungry to be going to Roma. And for 46 million, we have brought in a world-class center back to compete with the rest of ours. An 84 rated Jared Brandtwhite, so cheap to get him for 46 million. And with our final 25 million, we bring in a backup striker for Victor Gyökeres and Randal Kolo Muani, a very cheap 25 million for a decent little striker. And this is what the brand new Man United side is looking like. Yes, it's a bit controversial to bench Mainu and De Ligt, but we need some competition in the side. As the goal for this season is very simple, to go ahead and win 2 trophies for Man United. And that could be any of the domestic cups as well as the Europa League, because that's where we qualify. And we have now arrived in March of this season and we're sitting in 4th place on good route to qualify for the Champions League. But we still need to win 2 trophies. In terms of the FA Cup, we're still in round 6. But what about in the Carabao Cup? We did not make the final, so we missed out on that trophy. And to the surprise of nobody, we finished 3rd in the Europa League, as in the round of 16 we got Bayer Leverkusen. That is a tough team to face. And it's time for the first leg of the Europa League against Leverkusen. Let's go ahead and get a first leg victory, and it's a 0-0 draw. We're definitely playing the second leg. But it's now time for the second leg, and sadly we have 2 suspensions in Gyökeres and Euro. Can we do it without them? And Bruno Fernandes picks up the ball, gives it to Bryan Mbeumo. Bryan Mbeumo through ball already into Randal Kolo Muani with a right-footed finish, and it goes in. 3 minutes in, first attack of the game. Without Gyökeres, we take a 1-0 lead. But here come Bayer Leverkusen, not going to make it easy for us. As Ezequiel Palacios cuts back outside, gives a through ball into Adli. Great save by Villar. But here comes Duranville on the ball. Great tackle for Bruno Fernandes, but we lose it once again. It's given to Adli. He gives it into Porta into Palacios. Palacios through ball into Nathan Tella, and it goes wide. And now it's Bryan Mbeumo on the ball, gives it to Matheus Cunha. Can we make it 2-0 in aggregate here? It's a through ball into Kolo Muani. Takes a touch, has a finish again. It goes wide. Come on, Kolo Muani. But here come Bayer Leverkusen on the attack here. It's Duranville looking to equalize the tie and the game. Great tackle from Inacio though. And here comes Ezequiel Palacios, gives it into Yacine Adli right before halftime with a shot, and it goes in. We tried our best to defend, but we just couldn't, as Adli makes it 1-1. And now it's Bruno Fernandes on the attack, gives it to Bryan Mbeumo, who gives it into Kolo Muani. And now it's Matheus Cunha on the ball, gives it into Kolo Muani, through ball into Bryan Mbeumo, and here he comes 1v1 against the keeper, and he puts it away. We take the lead again, 2-1. One more goal to secure this victory, surely. And now it's Bruno Fernandes on the ball, hands it into Kolo Muani, gives it into Matheus Cunha. Let's go on the counter, let's score one more goal. Matheus Cunha through ball into Pedro Goncalves. Oh, he's through on goal. 1v1 against the keeper with a finish. It's over. We're going to the quarterfinals. And in the quarterfinals, we do have Atalanta. Let's see how this first leg goes. Come on, we need a victory here. And it's a 4-4 draw. Dang, man. But it's now time for the second leg. 4-4 was the first score. Let's make sure we win this time out. And now it's Bryan Mbeumo on the ball. Bryan Mbeumo sends a through ball into Amad Diallo. First attack of the game. Gives it to Victor Gyökeres. Cuts to his left foot. Finish, and it goes in. Beautiful. Horrible defending from Atalanta, and Gyökeres is back. But here come Atalanta. It's Patrick Schick on the attack here. Gives it into Orsolini. Atalanta are not ready to give up just yet. They give us a 4-4 game in the first leg. Schick gives it into Leimer. Into Maldini. Great save from Villar. But now Daniel Maldini with a corner here. Crosses it in. Can he find somebody? Yes, he does. But Villar makes a follow-up save. But apparently it's a penalty. Guimaraes gives it away. And now it's Orsolini. Step up to take this penalty. He goes to the right side. Villar makes a save. Let's go. It's Bruno Fernandes on the ball now. Gives it into Bryan Mbeumo. Here come United right before halftime. Can we take a 2-0 lead here? Through ball into Pedro Goncalves. Goncalves 1v1 squares it into Gyökeres. There's no chance he's not doing that. 2-0. Let's get one more goal. Let's end off. And here comes Atalanta. It's Ait Nuri on the attack. Apparently signed for Man City. It's still Ait Nuri. Gives it into Daniel Maldini. Maldini into Patrick Schick. We're going for the tackle. Inacio makes a brilliant save there. Bruno Guimaraes on the ball. Gives it to Matheus Cunha. One more goal. Here comes the counter attack, and we'll win this tie. Through ball into Victor Gyökeres. He is unstoppable. We know that Gyökeres 1v1 with the finish. 3-0. We're going to the semifinals. And yet again, it's another match ball for Gyökeres. Who's next? to be eliminated. But in the semi-finals, we do have Atletico de Madrid. What is this insane run we are in right now? Let's see how this first leg goes, and it's a 3-2 victory. We should still play the second leg though. But it's now time for the second leg. We have a 1-goal lead. Let's not lose it. But here comes Alexander Sorloth on the attack for Atletico de Madrid. We miss a tackle. Come on, Euro. Brilliant tackle though. Amad Diallo gives it to Bruno Guimaraes, who gives it into Bryan Mbeumo. And here come United on this dangerous counter-attack we know they're capable of creating. Amad Diallo gives it to Gyökeres. Back it to Amad. It's still Amad Diallo. Gets fouled for a penalty. Let's go. And the best penalty taker in the world, Bruno Fernandes, is gonna take this penalty. Let's see where he goes. He goes to the bottom left, slots it in. Let's go, 1-0 up in this game. But now here comes Atletico de Madrid. It's Giuliano Simeone on the ball, gives it into Sorloth, and it goes wide. We're fine. But here come Atletico de Madrid. It's Julian Alvarez on the shot outside the box, and Eibar makes a great save. But Atletico Madrid are looking dangerous once again. It's Alexander Sorloth, Villar again, keeping us ahead. And now here we come on the counter-attack. It's Bruno Fernandes, cuts inside, sends a through ball all the way to Amad Diallo. Now this has to be a goal. There's no chance we blow this. Amad Diallo is 1v1 against the Atletico keeper. It falls into Cunha. He bangs it in a little bit skillful. 2-0. This tie is over. And the referee blows the whistle. It ends in 5-2 in aggregate. We're going to the Europa League final. But we are also in the FA Cup final, as we'll be facing Liverpool. And it's now time for the FA Cup final against Liverpool. If we fail to win this game, we will have failed our challenge. And the two best players in our team have to leave the side. We cannot let that happen. And it was a very, and I mean very boring game. We're going to our first penalty shootout as Man United manager. I hope we can secure this FA Cup. And up first is the best penalty taker in the world, Bruno Fernandes. Where is he gonna put this penalty? We need this FA Cup win. Bottom right. Let's go. That's a good way to take the lead. Up next is Alexis McAllister. He typically doesn't miss penalties, but Villar goes technically the right way, but could not get the save. Pedro Goncalves up next to take the penalty. I'm surprised he's number 2 here. Bottom left. It's saved by Marzipelli, and here comes Dominic Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai goes to the right, but Villar gets a save back. Bryan Mbeumo. Do not miss this, Bryan Mbeumo. He goes to the top right, and he does. Beautiful. We're back in this game. 2-1. Darwin Núñez now. He will miss a penalty here. No, he did not. I should have gone to the right, though. And now up next is Viktor Gyökeres. He is a goal scorer, but can he score a penalty here? Bottom left. Smacks it in. No chance of him ever missing. And now it's Iñaki Williams, who joined Liverpool, surprisingly. Goes to the right. Villar makes another save. And now Cunha, all he has to do is put this away, and we are FA Cup winners. Matheus Cunha, and yes, we have done it. We are gonna be FA Cup champions. And Bruno Fernandes lifts the first trophy for Man United since the Erik ten Hag era. One more trophy left to go, and that is the Europa League final. And in the Europa League final, we will be facing Real Sociedad. And it is now time to win this game when we succeed, but if we fail, we are losing 2 of our best players, and I know one of them is Gyökeres, and I do not want to lose him, especially if we're in the UCL next season. And now it's Amad Diallo gives it into Bryan Mbeumo. Bryan Mbeumo gives it into Viktor Gyökeres. Gyökeres gives it into Amad Diallo. And here comes Amad, cuts inside, gives it into Bryan Mbeumo. It's still Mbeumo, gives it into Matheus Cunha, into Viktor Gyökeres with a finish. Already 1-0 up, 3 minutes in. Sociedad are not good enough for United. And it's and here's Viktor Gyökeres, gives it to Bryan Mbeumo, and now it's Amad Diallo running down the wing. Here he comes. Can we make it 2-0 in the first half? Scores it. Gyökeres into Pedro Goncalves, and it goes in. Horrible from the keeper. 2-0 up in a European final for United. And now it's Amad Diallo on the ball, gives it to Bryan Mbeumo, and here comes Bryan. Bryan gives it to Gyökeres. Gyökeres in the second half. This game is over. Sociedad did not show up tonight, but to be honest, we had tougher opponents leading up to the final. Sociedad never stood a chance. And Bruno Fernandes lifts the Europa League. We have completed our challenge. We're European champions, but up next, we need that Champions League and, of course, the Premier League and the Ballon d'Or winner. And as well as winning 2 trophies, we also finished in 3rd, so no matter what, we're playing UCL football. And once again, we failed to get a Golden Boot winner, but Gyökeres and Bruno Fernandes got 20 apiece. As Bruno Fernandes also got 10 assists. Man, this guy just continues to be the best player for United. And as Liverpool win the Premier League, Cole Palmer is the player of the season, and in the team of the season, Goncalves and Brent White are with it for us. And let me just tell you, this team is looking absolutely incredible. We got Gyökeres 91, Cunha 86, and Mbeumo Mbeumo at an 87. We got both of our wingers at an 86 and both Bruno midfielders at an 89. That's kind of crazy. And we have Jared Braithwaite at an 86, Ignacio 87, Lenny Euro at an 85, and Miles Bilal at an 89. And even our bench players just continue to grow, man. And the stats for the season are insane. 35 and 3 for Gyökeres, 32 and 13. Again, Bruno Fernandes being our best. And that's more like it for Cunha. 22 and 7, 16 and 7 for Mbeumo, 10 and 13 for Bruno Guimaraes, and 7 and 16 for Goncalves. And to kick off the brand new season, we have 150 million to spend. I think it's time to just sign maybe 2 more superstars for this team. And the first superstar we are bringing in for 50 million plus Patrick Dorgu, Rafael Leao, who is now at an 87 overall. I mentioned before that I wanted a bigger superstar on that left, and now that we're in the Champions League, he has arrived. And for the rest of our 90 million plus Manuel Ugarte, we have brought in Arda Güler. I want some competition for Cunha and Mbeumo. We have Xerxes, but he's just not good enough. And I think Güler might be the final missing piece to help us win the Premier League, the Champions League, and of course, get a Ballon d'Or winner. And this is what the brand new United team is looking like as the goal for this season. You know what? It's to win it all. Have a Ballon d'Or winner, win the Premier League, and of course, win the Champions League. But of course, if we fail, we are failures and have to leave Man United. And of course, we've now arrived at March and we are running away with the league title. That is secured. But in the Champions League, we did finish in 3rd, and in the round of 16, we will be facing AC Milan. But it's now time for the first leg against AC Milan. Can we get a victory here to kickstart our lead in the round of 16? A 2-0 victory. Let's go. But I am not comfortable with a 2-0 lead to simulate once again, so we're playing the second leg. But here comes Moussa Diaby for AC Milan, looking to get back into this game. 1 goal is all it takes. They give it into Reindeers. Tijani Reindeers, who signed back with Milan. Great block. But now it's Moussa Diaby once again, looking for a goal here. Somebody get the ball off him. It's Patrick Dorgu. Oh my days, he almost scored against us. And now it's Bruno Fernandes, hands it into Victor Gyökeres, who gives it to Bruno. And now it's Bruno Fernandes, gives it to Victor Gyökeres with a finesse, and it's a save by Mainan. Bruno Fernandes on the corner now. Can we get a goal from here? Gyökeres with the bicycle kick. It falls into Arda Güler with a finesse on his left, and Mainan makes another brilliant save. And now it's Bruno Guimaraes through ball into Victor Gyökeres. Can he finish? And yes, he does. 3-0 in aggregate. And here comes Okafor. Great tackle from Jared Braithwaite though. Now it's Bruno Guimaraes, gives it into Bruno Fernandes. Let's get one more goal and finish off this tie. Victor Gyökeres is now on the ball. He's looking for somebody to run. Gyökeres does find Arda Güler, who's 1v1 against Milan. Cuts to his left foot. Beautiful, and it goes in. What a nasty goal from Arda Güler. We're going to the quarters. And in the quarterfinals, we do have Borussia Dortmund. This should be an easier tie than the one we had last game, but let's see what it is. It's a 3-0 loss. We're 3-0 down to Dortmund. How is this happening? And it's now time for the second leg. We are 3-0 down. Bruno Fernandes is suspended once again in an important game. Can we do another remontada against Borussia Dortmund? And as Kobbie Mainoo on the ball, gives it quickly into Bryan Mbeumo. Mbeumo gives it to Arda Güler, who lays it off into Rafael Leao. Shot, it goes wide. That's a great start though. We will take that. And here come Borussia Dortmund. It's Giovanni Reina running down that left wing. Lenny Euro with a brilliant tackle though. Can we go on the counter now? Amad Diallo cuts back. He's still on the ball. They try to follow him, but now it's Kobbie Mainoo into Gyökeres, who finds Bryan Mbeumo, who gives it to Arda Güler, who finds Victor Gyökeres. 1v1 against Kobo with a finish. It goes in. Gyökeres get the ball. That's 1. And now it's Bruno Guimaraes on the ball, gives it to Arda Güler, who finds Victor Gyökeres, who's looking for a second here. Gyökeres cuts inside, gives it to Güler, who lays it off into Rafael Leao with a left-footed finish. Kobo makes a save, and Mbeumo with the follow-up. It's a block, but Mbeumo again. It goes in. Borussia Dortmund are bottling as per usual. 2-0 now. Dortmund do have a corner now. Alex Baena gives it to Svensson, and he does find Hartman. Here comes Julian Brandt on the ball. What can we go ahead and defend here? It's Schlotterbeck. Gives it back into Schlotterbeck, into Giovanni Reina. Get the ball off him. Yes, Ignacio. Let's go on this counter. It's Bruno Guimaraes now on the attack here. It's still Bruno. Gives it into Arda Güler. Please don't be offside. He is not offside. Arda Güler needs help though. Güler comes back. Gives it to Gyökeres. 1v1 against Kobel. It goes in. They have choked it. 3-3. One more goal, and the remontada is complete. But now it's Rafael Leao in the 81st minute through ball into Gyökeres. Can he go ahead and get a hat-trick here? Gyökeres! And Kobo makes a brilliant save. And now it's Amad Diallo, gives it to Kobbie Mainoo, who finds Victor Gyökeres, who gives it into Arda Güler. And now it's Arda Güler through ball into Leao, squares it for Gyökeres. No! I should have shot it with Leao. That was the winner there. But Gyökeres wins the ball back, and now it's the 90th minute. Tries to give it to Arda Güler. He finds him, gives it to Guimaraes, who finds Rafael Leao with a finish. It's saved again. 10 minutes of stoppage time though. And now it's Rafael Leao. 1 minute left to go. Can we get a winner here? Leao still on the ball, through ball into Victor Gyökeres. The last kick of the game. Gyökeres. It's gonna be a penalty. Dortmund have potentially bottled the 3-0 lead they had. We need to score this penalty. And it's Viktor Gyökeres to complete his hat-trick. Can we do it? Viktor Gyökeres goes to the left and he bangs it in. Viktor Gyökeres. Who else? We're going to the semifinals. What a bottle from Borussia Dortmund. And the referee blows the whistle as Gyökeres gets yet again another match ball. Who are we facing in the semifinals? And in the semifinals, we have FC Barcelona. Can we go ahead and pick up a victory in the first leg? And it's a 4-0 victory. We're semi in the second because we're in the final. And it's time for the second leg. Like I said, we won 4-0. There's no chance we bottle it like Dortmund did. And it's a 3-0 victory. We're on to the final. And in the UCL final, we have an all-English final against Arsenal. There's no chance we lose to the bottle jobs. And we did end up winning the Premier League as Arda Güler wins Player of the Season. And in the Team of the Season, we had Bruno Guimaraes, Leny Yoro, and Nacio as Villar. As once again, we failed to have a Golden Boot winner, but Bruno Fernandes is still going strong alongside Gyökeres. And the top assist was Arda Güler with 11. It was a great signing to bring him in. And here are the stats for the season. 39-3 for Gyökeres, 33-14 for Bruno Fernandes, 18-16 for Bryan Mbeumo, 17-2 for Kolo Muani, a great season off the bench, 16-20 for Arda Güler, 14-16 from Guimaraes, 13 from Cunha, 11-10 from Leao, and finally 8-7 for Goncalves. And this could be the final squad of this Man United save. Gyökeres 93, Güler, Guimaraes, and Fernandes all at a 90, and Mbeumo at an 89, Amad Diallo 88, and so is Leao. And every single defender is above 88, including Villar at a 91. But it's now time for the UCL final. One victory away from making United the world's best team. And of course, I think if we win it, we will have a Ballon d'Or winner for sure. But can we stop Arsenal from winning the first ever Champions League? And now it's Amad Diallo gives it into Bruno Fernandes. And here comes Bruno, cuts inside, gives it to Gyökeres to kickstart the UCL final. It's Amad Diallo gives it into Bryan Mbeumo. And here comes Bryan Mbeumo, beats the Arsenal defender. Has a shot from there. It's a block from Zinchenko. Corner, and it's Bruno Fernandes is gonna take it. Thankfully, he's not suspended this time around. Euro with a bicycle kick, he fails, but it's still Amad Diallo. Gives it all the way to Guimaraes. Guimaraes looking for through ball. He does fine. Viktor Gyökeres with the header, and it goes in. It's a beautiful header, and who else to score but Viktor Gyökeres? And here comes Gabriel Martinelli, crosses it in into Kai Havertz. Leny Yoro, great block, but Havertz against Villar, keeping us in the lead. And now it's King Bukayo Saka with the crossing, gives it into Zinchenko, and here comes Zinchenko, the left back, looking for a goal here, gives it into Jurriën Timber, and it goes in. 1-1. Arsenal are not ready to give up just yet. And now it's Bryan Mbeumo, gives it into Amad Diallo, who finds Bryan Mbeumo. And here comes Bryan, looking for somebody to pass it to, gives it to Gyökeres, who finds Arda Güler with a through ball into Rafael. Beautiful football finish. It's saved, but Gyökeres gets his second. 22nd minute. There's already 3 goals in this game. Here comes Mikel Merino. Arsenal into Saka in the second half was Villar once again saving us. And now Pedri for Arsenal, surprisingly, crosses it in from a corner into Jurriën Timber. It falls away, and it's gonna be a penalty. I had a feeling from the moment it hit Leao. It's a penalty apparently. And to take it is King Bukayo Saka. He goes to the left-hand side. 2-2. Man, they've equalized. And now it's King Kai Havertz, gives it all the way to Saka. Here come Arsenal, make it 3-2. Great block from Jared Brandtwaite. No, how is that a penalty? That was a clean tackle. Here we go again, man. And Bukayo Saka to step it up to take it again. He goes to the right-hand side this time, and it goes in. And just like that, 2 penalties. Arsenal take the lead. Bruno Fernandes gives it into Arda Güler, and here comes Arda. It's Arda Güler through ball. It's Viktor Gyökeres, who's looking for a hat-trick. Viktor Gyökeres with a power shot. It goes in. Hat-trick hero for Gyökeres in a UCL final. Come on, let's win this game. But here come Arsenal. It's King Kai Havertz, gives it to Sambi. Sambi Lokonga into Martinelli. Great save of Villar. We gotta clear it though. Yes, Brandtwaite does. But it falls into Sambi Lokonga again. We win it back. Can we go on this counter? It's Arda Güler on the ball. Cuts inside on his left. Gets rid of the defender. It's still Arda. Through ball into Gyökeres, who's on his 4th goal. It's Viktor Gyökeres on the ball. It's still Gyökeres. Who's gonna help him? It falls back into Güler. Güler comes back. Gives it all the way into Amad Diallo. And yes, he does. The man who was here from the beginning makes it 4-3. It has to be over. And Bruno Fernandes lifts the UCL trophy. We have made Man United UCL champions again. And of course, we got a Ballon d'Or winner in Viktor Gyökeres. And United are now the world's best team. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to click on the screen and find out how I made Lamine Yamal a Real Madrid Academy player.